Whispers at the West Wing. You know, I don't like to talk about work much, especially the night shifts. But there's one thing I've never told anyone. Not really. And I think it's been sitting on me long enough. So yeah, this happened maybe 3 years back at Millridge General, the hospital out by the Pines, middle of nowhere. You've seen it. One lonely little building off Highway 9, surrounded by trees that look like they're leaning in to listen. I still work there, but back then, I was doing a lot of overnights. Less chaos, fewer people. Just a handful of us running the whole place from sunset to sunrise. That night, there were just 4 of us. Me, Ellie, old Jenkins doing rounds, and Marcy at the front desk with her crossword puzzles and eternal coffee. She was the kind of woman who always looked like she'd rather be somewhere else, but never left. Anyway, there's this part of the hospital called the West Wing. Been under repair since before I started. Thing is, sometimes at night, you catch stuff out of the corner of your eye. I know how that sounds. I really do. But it wasn't just once or twice. I'd be walking down the hall and suddenly think I saw someone standing by a doorway, just for a second. Or a gown fluttering past a room that's been locked for years. The kind of stuff that makes your skin tighten a little, but you keep walking because what else can you do? You just tell yourself you imagined it. You always do. So this night, it was around 2, and I'm checking on a pneumonia patient in room 214. Guy's stable, sleeping. I'm adjusting his IV when I see something move just outside the curtain. Not clearly. Just that flicker you get when someone walks by too fast. I step out. Nobody there. But the hallway light above me flickers just once. Makes that little buzzing sound you only hear in old buildings. You know the one. When I get back to the nurse's station, Ellie looks spooked. She's pale, kind of wide-eyed, like she saw something but doesn't want to admit it. She says, "Did you hear someone whispering?" I ask where, and she just points, you guessed it, toward the West Wing. Sounded like it said my name, she says. Quiet, like if she says it too loud it might happen again. Marcy, of course, just snorts. "That place is cursed," she says. "Flooded back in '94, full of mold. No one's been in there in decades. And that's that. No one brings it up again, but something felt off. I don't know how else to put it. Like the air in the place was waiting for something." Around 4, Jenkins hadn't checked in. He's slow, yeah, and he's got a habit of falling asleep in chairs, closets, wherever he can sit for 10 minutes. But that night it felt different. No check-ins, no chatter over the radio. Just nothing. I volunteered to go find him. So I head down toward the West Wing, and right away, the air changes. I swear it got colder, but not like a draft. More like the air had weight. Like it was thicker somehow. My shoes started squeaking louder than they should, like every step was waking something up. When I got to the West Wing doors, that old caution tape was swaying, not wildly, just barely, like it was breathing. The lights inside, which, by the way, shouldn't even be on, flicker a bit, then stay lit. I hadn't touched a thing. I stood there for a good minute, just staring. Then I called out, "Jenkins?" Nothing. Something in me said, "Don't go in there." But another part of me, the part that's worn scrubs long enough to know hesitation can be deadly, said, "What if he's in trouble?" So I went in, and then, this part's hard to explain. I felt breath. On my ear, warm and damp. Not cold, not icy like some ghost story. Human, too human. A whisper followed, but not with words I could make out. Just sound, right against my skin, like someone wanted me to listen more than understand. I bolted. I've never run so hard in my life. I don't even remember touching the doors. Just being through them, out of that hallway, back into the warm and real world of Millridge General's working wing. I was leaning against the wall, heart about to crack my ribs, when Ellie came around the corner. "Did you find him?" she asked. I shook my head. "No," I said, "but something else found me." They found Jenkins later, asleep in the break room. Said someone woke him up and offered him coffee. He was shaking when he told us. Said the person had cold hands and smiled like they'd been waiting for him. After that, I never went near the West Wing again, not even during the day. But sometimes, even now, if I'm there on a late shift, I still feel it. That sense that something's just behind you, watching, breathing, waiting. And every time I feel it, I pretend it's nothing. But I know better. It remembers me. And one night, I think it's going to want to finish what it started.